my dear Sagittarius. This is a love and spirituality reading, a prediction for your season, Sagittarius, November 21st to December 21st, 2020, with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. And happy birthday, all Sagittarius out there. I hope you will enjoy your birthday season. And these readings are aimed towards showing you your blind spot and your shadow, so you can grow as a person and thereby be able to attract a better love life and life overall for yourself. And this will be a love and spirituality reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising Sign and Venus, Vedic or Tropical. And if you need more information or help after you have listened to this reading, you can turn to the love readings for November that is up. You can also check out the pick a card, near personal and bonus readings on the first page of my channel. Click the headline of each playlist to see all the videos that the playlist contains. If you just click the little V, you will only see about 12, but if you click the headline, you will see all the videos, which can be many. And I will start shuffling your cards, and I use the After Tarot with Pietro Aligo. And when I open your deck here, I see the Queen of Wands with the Knight of Wands. So this is Sagittarius, this is Aries energy, but it seems like you're on a roll, Sagittarius. See the little cat? It's out to get that salamander. Spiritual growth, okay, great. I call the Divine with Love and Light. And here we have the Seven of Cups with the Queen of Wands. So even if you're on fire, Sagittarius, you don't know where this road is going to end up. So you're a little bit, maybe a little bit distrusting towards the universe in this case. Why is everything happening to you, and what is going to come? When are you going to have your reward? Okay, it's only going to be like a lot of work for you, or are there also going to be something in the end of the tunnel? And well, we'll see. Okay, so I call the four archangels in the four corners of the world, and here's the Emperor with the Queen of Wands. Some of you might be dealing with Aries, since both of these are Aries, but mostly I'm feeling like you have learned to become a real adult person. You've learned to become more mature, to take care of your kingdom or your empire, have boundaries, have self-respect. And, well, it's just that little side effect that you haven't been able to reach your dreams. Okay, 6 elements, Judgment and the Queen of Wands. So Sagittarius is ascending, and that is your job right now. I don't know if there's any room for also living a very lucky life. It can be hard in this process that the earth is going through and humans are going through. So it's not it's not really the judgment day. It's more about evolution than that you will be saved or judged or anything like that. It's human evolution, but it's also planetary evolution that's going on. So I want my dear Sagittarius to have love in their life and find themselves in loving relationships. Okay. I don't think they are that loving at this point, okay? King of Cups, 6 and 10 of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. Well, there's someone out there loving you a great deal, but they have some problems showing it, okay? Jumpers, the Fool. Yeah, okay, so this is the advice to you from the Divine. Okay, so even if you on a surface level seems to be falling off a cliff or falling from your safe foundation into God knows what, enjoy the ride, okay? Because the less frightened you are or anxious you are, the easier the journey is going to become. So, okay, it's ready. So I will actually do the old-fashioned love and spirituality readings for you with 15 cards instead of 9 cards, which I usually do nowadays. I stopped doing these 15 cards reading because many people complained about the length for these videos, that they become too long. But the 15 card spread, it also gives more depth. So since you are the birthday child, you are going to get the long version of this love and spirituality reading. So I'm just going to tune in for a few seconds to you and your situation in Sagittarius season, Sagittarius. I can also show you the whole box for the deck, so you're not so curious what's on the side there. It's not visible in the camera angle here. Okay, so this Sagittarius is your future. This is your now and this is your past. So we have the 6 of Wands here. So you've been able to go through some kind of victory, and it has to do with this spiritual growth of yours. You have also discovered your qualities. I actually had swans flowing over my head, flying over my head today, and the Knight of Pentacles, and there's the snake again. You have found out what a beautiful person you are and how many qualities you have that you are able to share with the world. But you also learn to not give them to just whomever, to actually have a little bit protection for yourself with these walls, and the bull being able to, lower your head and run against any perpetrator. And here we have the Hermit. It's about the snake, it's about ascension, it's about evolution, it's about your Kundalini power. And the dog here, I'm very much feeling like you have started to really integrate your masculine side, being able to take much better care of yourself through this process. Also your health, I might add. There's other things. You have this dream that you are very attached to and you want to have it happen. In other case, you're not going to be happy, you say. But you're actually starting to become happy on your own without the dream. So I'm not saying that you should stop dreaming, but maybe you should enjoy the ride a little bit more. Okay, this is your now, and we have the 2 of coins, so the ride, and it's a little bit wobbly. We saw also the Fool falling from the cliff, so you might not really know where life is going right now. And yeah, Knight of Wands. Okay, we have maybe a distance between 2 people that probably really love each other, but either you are drifting apart or there's an imbalance in this relationship. It might even be a distance with time or space, like maybe there's a long distance relationship, or you only have connection through dreams and things like this. So that's you are able to become more mature, less anxious, and less more grateful, and less kind of troubled by the twists and turns by the world. But you still haven't got the thing. It's almost like you haven't got the reward for your hard work. And here we have the future, which is the Queen of Cups and the World card and 4 of Wands. And a new beginning. So everything is lining up for you in a very beautiful way, but the mission is still to become comfortable in your own skin, to heal your wounds, get in touch with your feelings, become very self-loving and stable, like in Zen, grateful. Whatever happens is fine, and you will be able to succeed with this mission, whatever it is that you are doing. I'm thinking integrating more masculinity, but also more maturity, where you are not the victim anymore, but you actually become, your own authority. And here you have a new beginning. It seems a little bit troublesome, and maybe it can evolve some relationships that you're hoping is going to fulfill your dreams, but there's a lot of difficulties with human relationships, but they're also very rewarding. Okay. Yes, you're past. And we have the 5 of Swords here. I've already forgotten what... Yes, okay. 6 of Wands, 5 of Swords. Both these cards about victory. But here's win-win victories where everyone kind of wins. But here's the victory where one wins. So I'm thinking you are being in a dynamic where maybe you try to make everyone a winner, but someone wanted to be on top of you or kind of win over you in a more classic kind of way with winners and losers. And here we have the 3 of Swords. So you're very disappointed by this. You can't understand why we can't play nice with each other. Why does it have to be this way? At least the swords are out, okay? And the healing has begun. So even if someone did you like this and you think that it was unfair, you have started to heal, and I feel on your own accord, the Hierophant. Also through spiritual growth and maybe Eastern practices where you have learned to become more stoic. It's Greece practices as well, from the Stoicism from ancient Greece. And this is the book. So I think you have, by what you were through, you were forced to learn a lot of new stuff. So it actually kick-started or fueled your spiritual growth. And so this was the nice side of this, what happened. So the outcome was kind of good for you, but you're probably still not super happy with it. But from a divine point of view, it couldn't have been better. And here we have a 6 of Coins. So also the things that you have learned, you're able to share this with others or even teach other people. I'm seeing the Hermit here, acting like a beggar. So I'm feeling a bigger story here also, where you're still working on this with authorities to become your own authority instead of begging to, like, bowing in front of other authorities. You really need to start to trust yourself, because I think you gave too much also to this person here or the people that were here. And that's part of the story to why you got beaten up or like unfairly treated, because you probably were set on cooperation in a much more set on cooperation than what was called for in this situation. You probably didn't see what was really going on. So you might give other people a little bit too much credit and a little bit too little credit to yourself. And here I'm seeing the 2 of Cups. I'm actually feeling this is a unification between your masculine and your feminine side, which is also going to be mirrored in the world when this has happened on the outside of you. You will also, your relationships will become more balanced, but it takes some time. If you have gone in this direction and had a very unbalanced output to the world, you have probably had very unbalanced relationship that was unfair. And when you're changing attitude and becoming much nicer towards yourself and supporting yourself and not always shaming yourself or making yourself uncertain or unsafe, there's a certain momentum how you're creating your new reality, but it's almost like a big ocean going ship, and it takes time before it can turn. But here is the turn. The reward might come a bit afterwards. We see the white cat, so self-sufficientness, being able to be in a relationship and not become swallowed up by it or totally consumed. 6 of Wands. I'm feeling the divine masculine has been a little bit on top of the femininity and maybe abusing the feminine side's unconditional love. Because even if the feminine can reside it resides in all people, and it can be more or less. But say that there's a masculine person, for example, having a lot of feminine qualities, giving everything to everyone else, getting totally exhausted in the process. This person doesn't do it because they are stupid or slow. They do it because they have great compassion. They probably feel guilty if they don't do this, and they also want to make the world a better place, see people smile. They don't want to add to the problems. So, but this other person here, that takes it as, oh, this is like a stupid person. I can do whatever I want with this person because whatever I do, they are continuing being nice to me. And that is a little bit more like a robber attitude, or like a thief attitude, or I don't know, some kind of imperialistic energy that wants to rule and conquer and destroy. And it doesn't understand that you are not like a sheep or a willing victim. You are trying to add to, like, making the world a better place. But this has been, this trait with you has been used in the past. But here comes some kind of union. But I think it happens inside of you first, where the masculine goes back to protecting like the feminine and the divine inner child, instead of using it for its own personal earthly gain, instead becoming what it is supposed to be. Like, here is the inner child, your soul essence, the vibration that's very much like a jellyfish. So it's very it's delicate. You need to take care of it. And then we have the witch surrounding the child. She can interpret what your soul wants, so she feels the feelings. She can be a little bit of a drama queen, but this is how she feels what the soul wants. So she can feel anxious suddenly because the soul is giving new directions. And the masculine are supposed to be like a shelter for this and protect this soul unity within themselves with strength, stubbornness, authority, and like the sense of wanting to protect. But instead there has been a rift between people. Like the child is left somewhere in the bottom of the well. No one wants to listen to their feelings. The witch, she is out here feeling abandoned and alone, and maybe a little bit angry and stomping with her feet. And the masculine has gone on their own little adventure, sailing off and wanting to kind of fulfill themselves, and they are searching for something. They don't know what it is. And and so it's a big split. And when you have union inside yourself, you also help the world to also come back into union. And here we have the Tower. It comes underneath the Five of Swords, which is the divine masculine here. It seems like they are going through something that's a little bit more rough than what the divine feminine is going through, where the divine feminine has a union between their masculine and feminine side, becoming more masculine, more balanced. So it's yin and yang instead of just yin or just yang. This side seems to have met some troubles. Okay. And it's the ego tower falling. So this idea that I can steal from these kids because it's so easy stealing candy from them has probably backlashed at this entity here in some way. I don't know exactly how, but it's the flash from above. So it might be an insight or someone saying something to them that's making them see something that they didn't see before. It can be things taken away from them, or like the old way of doing things, winning over people, doesn't work anymore, and they are shocked. Why isn't this working anymore? So it's different because you have different counterparts, so it can be very dissimilar. And here we have the Page of Swords. The only thing that's similar is they're going through the Tower moment. The Tower moment wants to rapidly, or like from the foundation up, change the direction of the ship. First it can be whispers like, you shouldn't really do that, and you can feel a little bit bad, and you feel like probably I shouldn't do that anymore, I should change, but I don't want to. And eventually it becomes like more strong knockings, like you shouldn't really do that, and you might even, like the car will break down on your way to do the thing that you know that you're not supposed to do, and eventually it become a blow to your head, and that's the Tower. So it can be different shocking experience, but it can also be very enlightening. It can be something that a eureka moment where we really realize, okay, I need to change, I need to do something about this. Here we have the little Page of Swords. So it seems like this person is coming out of their Tower moment a little bit more enlightened and very much closer to their inner child. But they're also scared, and they still think that other people are something that they need to win over, or at least fight themselves free of, or defend themselves against. So they have this as their foundation setting, that they are protecting themselves, while you might have this little bit more unconditional giving kind of attitude. And here we have the Moon, and it comes underneath the Hierophant. So this person here is going to have to face the things that they didn't want to feel. For example, they didn't want to feel the pain of their inner child, so they left it in the well, and they said, no, I don't have any emotions, I'm not dramatic, whatever happens I can rise above, and I don't have to be a drama queen like you. And they haven't listened to their feminine side, because so they have left the inner child traumatized, and they haven't listened to the feminine that has the wisdom to reconnect with the inner child and take it up from the well, and it has basically just taken care of itself. But now it's going to have to, through the Tower moment, be faced with these emotions. So for you, Sagittarius, it's very important that you go through the same. So even if you have gone through this many times already, so follow along with this, like surf on this wave of energy, and try to find out even more things about yourself. What are your feelings telling you? What is happening to you when you don't want to go to work? Why doesn't you want to go to work? What is happening? What is it that your inner child and the witch wants you to do instead? So you can also yourself start to listen more closely, and also stay with your pain. Don't run away from it. The hero goes right through it, walking through this valley of death. Here we actually come back from the walk, and that is you. I'm feeling that very strongly. You have already been here through the dark night of the soul. This person is probably just going to enter, and they might have gone through depression and a lot of things like this, but they have resisted it and resisted it and resisted it. You haven't gone right through it very bravely, and you have learned a lot of things, put a lot of pages to your book of wisdom, because when we heal from trauma, we get the full experience of what really happened. We get first the experience what led to the trauma, and then the trauma itself, so the consequence of the previous action. And when we have healed, before we have healed, it's only a trauma. But after we have healed, we get the full experience to our book of wisdom, and that's why we are here. So trauma has a role to play, a very important role. We can see this with every movie. There's always a movie where there's challenges, and then the hero goes through the challenge, and it ends with happily forever after. And without the challenges, it wouldn't be a movie, so no one would watch it because it would be boring. And probably if you were just sitting underneath your lemon tree and nothing happens, you might as well be in paradise, so why even bother going down on earth? I don't know, but we are here, and it's very challenging at times, but it's because we are supposed to come back like this hero here, and we have learned so much. And this person here is still scared to enter this and is resisting it. We can see this with this risen sword. So they're a little bit behind on, they don't develop maybe as quick as you. And here we have, this is the 4 of coins, comes underneath the 6 of coins. It has something to do with this, because you feel like you have all the answers, because you have been through this, and the other person hasn't really done the homework. They are behind schedule, and But here might come some kind of surprise also for you. I don't know exactly what it is just yet, but it might be that this person have found some other knowledge, but through like another twist and turn than what you did. With the Four of Coins, you probably don't want to let this person in. It's almost like death is returning to your life. We saw here you were trying to do nice things. They were trying to win over you. Here they come, trying to win over you again. You probably don't want to let them in. But there's also, you need to keep an open mind to other people's knowledge and what they, to be able to see their side as well, because that might be the key to even more, like your mind expanding even more, your life expanding even more, your possibility to understand things just like this, it just opens. So we shouldn't keep our mind too closed and think like just stamp a person as this is a moron and they can't understand a thing. They're always evil, and decide that, well, we can keep a little bit open mind, but it seems like you will have very thick boundaries towards this person. Also, you have gone through a lot, so you're probably not as open-hearted as you were before. Okay, so tense, this little picture. Okay, 8 of Wands. Something else is going much smoother though, and I'm thinking it's your own integration. So the happiness that you can get on your own. Everyone thinks that, or self-love, it's so boring. I just want to find someone that can love me, and they want a shortcut. But maybe you have realized that you can't let this person in just yet. You have your own thing that you want to do. So I'm going to check what this is. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. I'm thinking this is about turning towards the people that actually doesn't cause so much trouble for you. This person is very troubled. They might have been, ancestral karmas that goes back to war and war and death and power and, you know, killing off people, maybe, you know, through trials and even more war. So right now might not be the best time to reconcile with this group, but actually keeping yourself to your own group and keep on ascending, basically. Keep on ascending. Integrate your feminine, masculine side. Become whole inside yourself, because when you become whole, it will spread like rings on water. So you will be able to walk your path, and it's almost like you're opening an energetic path for other people to follow. And this person isn't really following you, but they might be spying on you, or you see this person walking, I'm thinking they are keeping a close track on you and maybe figuring out if and when they should return, when there's an opening. And there's no opening with you because you're preoccupied with this other thing. And if they would come with this energy, it wouldn't click with your own frequency. So it wouldn't just not work. When we are allowing for someone to behave in a certain way, we can sustain that situation for a while. But if we are not allowing it, it's the end. Okay. But it's not the end here for a relationship. It still goes on. It's very much like centered here to the spiritual growth that's going on. And that's why you have this dynamic between you and this other person or this group. Because both of you are supposed to learn. You think that you are the one that knows and that they should really follow your lead. And it might really be possible, but the death comes to you too. So you're going to have some eureka moments as well, where you might come down from your high horses a little bit. But still go on your road and continue growing in the way you have done, more individual, more self-sufficient, and continue stretching your bow towards your real goal instead of thinking too much of this situation. It's still with you because there's still some kind of work to be done here, but right now I think you can focus mostly on yourself. Okay, And here we have the Strength. It comes underneath the Tower. And it kind of points to this other person, that they are learning, they are growing. They are also having spiritual growth, and they're also learning to probably take better care of their inner child, even if it comes through a more, it's not as such an open-hearted spiritual growth. They are more careful, they are more like watching and thinking and trying to integrate. They also have a very big trauma, and that's why they kind of traumatized you when back here, because they were doing towards others how they themselves have been treated. So this is how karma works. You do it towards them, they do it towards you, back and forth, until someone grows and just it's not an interesting game anymore. So that the karma ends for that person, but it doesn't end for that person that hasn't come to that insight. They're still trapped there. But it seems like this person has here now come to this insight. So they also grew out of this battle, hopefully. Yes, Ace of Cups. I was a little bit scared. But yes, and the heart is whole. So this person is healing. You don't have to worry too much about them or interfere too much with them. Probably don't let them in right now. Focus on yourself and your self-love and the success of your life. But this person is healing because they are going through a process with their inner child here, healing childhood issues, and might become a more forgiving, we can see the peace dove, more compassionate, strong, mature person with a big heart. So that was the whole idea. You learned to defend yourself and put up walls, so you didn't bleed, to left and right for everyone. And this person seems to learn to become vulnerable, what you already were able to do. You were already able to be vulnerable. And here we have the Hangman. So I think they're definitely going through some hard stuff, and they might come through it and out on the other side on their knees a little bit. And here they seem to need you, because here you are giving them this water or some kind of sustenance. And here it's you probably feel more set on being able to be forgiving again and vulnerable and open-hearted, and to have empathy for this person again. Here you didn't, but here when they come here, they're probably not in the right energy, so it's not something you can say yes to. But going through their moon for them and some kind of death and the Tower will lead to them growing tremendously, but they will come out on their knees is what I'm feeling, because they will come out to a world they don't know and have feelings that they don't know where they come from, and cry in situations that they never cried before, and they might feel like they're losing control and feel very confused about things, and at that point they might need a friend. We have the Emperor here, 4. This is all the 4s are tied to this for the Emperor. And you can help them when they are at their lowest, but I don't know if you will let them in. We'll see. The Sun. Okay, so maybe, but it will be on your own rules and like after your head, and also it seems maybe a little bit on your leadership, holding since this side is holding this this flag. But here it looks like more the win-win situation instead of this where someone is trying to be helpful and the other one isn't. So here it's at least we are on the same level and seems to have fun together. So the Sun, we actually have Leo there and Leo here. And Aries, and this is 4 and this is 3. 12, 1 plus 2, 3. 4. So we have the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine. We can see how it has shifted, how you have integrated your masculine side and how this person is integrating their feminine side, ready to give birth to their new self, and welcoming back also their inner feminine, their witch, and thereby be able to create a foundation of self-love and starting to calibrate themselves to their true soul self, instead of denying half of you and half of your insights. I don't want to do this work. Well, you're a man, you should do it anyway. I don't want to put these people to jail. Well, it's decided by law, and I'm the authority, so you're going to do as I tell you. And this person follow laws and law and order, because they either try to sit on you, or they are someone that another person sits on, because it's how it works in this kind of dynamic. So you're trying to be the alpha dog, alpha male, until someone comes and overrules you. Then you become, you put your throat open to that person. So we can see this on males. They can be super authoritative in certain situations. In other situations, they will really just turn over on the back. And that's when they have found someone that's even more alpha than them. So it's really, it's a little bit ridiculous in my eyes, because it's very easy for the wrong type of people to take power over a big group of people because of this dynamic. But here you become an authority, and they are probably able to integrate their feminine, and therefore they can feel more who they really are and get to know themselves better from a soul level. And it will be a new beginning. It will be like a new day. The sun and this here with this scarab. I don't know if that's the name in English, but it was Swinglish. Okay, so this is your card. So I don't know why it came in reverse. The other one is upright, but movement in the reverse. So I think movement is a little bit halted. It probably wants to tell me that the hangman, it's a person hanging. They're not able to move forward so quickly. So it won't be any quick solutions here. But at least here we are tuned in on the right channel. So we can at least communicate on the same channel. Movement. This is a time of chance and movement, and a symbol for wonderful surprises. If you have been waiting for something, you will soon have clarity. You will get answer you thought would never come, and you will move closer to things that were out of reach before. Perhaps this card predicts a trip that you always wanted to take. The symbol for movement can indicate both a change of scene and a real shift in the direction of your life. No matter what this symbol holds for your question, know that wonderful change is now possible. This is a time to make your move. But it's a little bit delayed to this card, but this is promising kind of a better future for you, or maybe your dreams even being fulfilled when all people are on the same level and have been able to go through the changes that they were supposed to go through, because through the conflict, both on a worldly scene, but also inside each and every one. And when this conflict is over, new beautiful things will happen. But right now, there's still a lot of conflict, and so you focus on you and your spiritual growth, and other situations will just settle on their own with divine interference and help for this person here to grow to a level where you can find mutual understanding between the two of you. Okay, or the three or the four of you. It can be family situation, friendship situation. It can be in a bigger, like in society. It can be your romantic partner. It's the different things for different people. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this a little bit the longer love and spirituality reading. And thank you so much for watching. If you like my content and want to see more videos like this on how to heal yourself and make yourself ready for that true romantic partner of yours, or if you just want to work on spiritual growth, remember to subscribe and hit the bell notification to get a heads up when a new video is ready and waiting for you. The next round of astrological videos will be my love readings that I will do in late November for all the signs. And I will also keep on the lookout for the near personal readings and bonus reading that will be spread throughout the season. I'm also doing membership videos. There's a join button which you can press next to the subscribe button if you want to become a member to my channel and get even more content, such as Q&As. You will also get access to these videos ahead of time when I'm making them, instead of me collecting them until I'm ready to put them out. You will get them as soon as I have done them, so fresh from the prints. And if you become a full member, you will also get mediumship training videos and other unique videos. That's for this the full membership. So press the join button or click the link in the description box to join as a member to my channel. And thank you so much for being with me on this journey. I am truly grateful for my wonderful, loving and supporting viewers. And until next time, take really good care and stay blessed. Bye bye.